Hello everyone, welcome to the Bushcraft channel. Okay, so we've got a finish knife. The cold steel fin wolf. Hang on, what's it say here? Taiwan. Cold steel are made in Taiwan, so why is it called the fin wolf? Well, if you look at the blade, it's very much like a puko. So, very finished style blade, but made in Taiwan. So, why did I buy this knife? For one thing, for a backup bushcraft blade, but mainly for a work knife. I always carry with me a cheap either Mora or Hulter's Force, and sometimes I need something that's really sharp. And because these things get abused quite a lot and used for, to be honest, a lot of things that you don't really want to be using your knife for, scraping paint and all of that kind of stuff, they get dull really quite quickly. So not only is it a backup bushcraft blade, it's also a backup work blade. So why did I choose this? Simple, I work with wood, Scandi grind, great for cutting wood. Right, so what are the pros and cons? Well, it's got the cold steel triad locking mechanism, which is supposed to be absolutely bomb proof, and it feels pretty damn solid. I mean, there's a tiny bit of side to side wiggle. I think that's just the plastic flexing a little bit, but yeah, it feels absolutely rock solid. Grivex handle, I believe this stuff's called Grivex. It's just plastic. You've got a belt clip, tip up carry. The detent is absolutely excellent. You see how that just clicks back into place? So that's not coming open in your pocket. Okay, downside, the thumb stud gets in the way a little bit. Yeah, I've had this for about 2 weeks. It's held an edge remarkably well. It's a US8 steel, which is a budget steel, but it really has held its edge pretty well. I've stropped it a little bit once, and I found that got in the way a little bit. Also, I took it fishing with me maybe about a week ago, and we lit a fire. I was making feather sticks, and I was comparing this to another knife. So I was doing some feathers with this, some with the other knife, and this really wasn't working very well. And I realised what it was is I was using this portion of the blade, and yeah, the thumb studs was getting right in the way. So I apologise for the camera shake, it's a little bit windy here. So no real problem, just use this part of the blade instead, you know, which yeah, as if the part of the blade that's harder to sharpen with the thumb stud gets less use. That's probably good. The thumb stud comes off really, because there's a little screw head on there, so it really shouldn't be a problem to take the thumb stud out every time you sharpen. But you know, yeah, it's yeah, I've just finished work, so both me and the knife are quite filthy. I don't know if that picks up on the camera, it's really quite dirty, so I apologise for that too. Right, so it's a lock back, so you need 2 hands to close it, as if you try to kind of press that and shake it, it's going to end up cutting your hand. So don't do that, use 2 hands. Opens with 1 hand, there's no flipper tab, but it opens really nice and smooth with the thumb stud. So belt clip, you can put on the other side if you're left-handed. It's really quite tight, so if you wear thick jeans you might want to try and loosen that off a little bit. So that's how it looks in your pocket. It's not really very well concealed, but it's not really a big deal for me here. So yeah, there we go. Let's try and actually do something with it. Right, let's bring you down here a little, out of the wind. Let's try and scrape a little. There we go. Got there in the end. So let's have a closer look at this. So if you look down inside, you can see there's no liners, but this does help to make it really, really light. You really don't notice the weight of this in your pocket. The grip's pretty comfortable. The little parrot beak thing at the bottom doesn't really get in the way. So the cold steel fin wolf, made in Taiwan. It works as a bushcraft knife. I've not tried battening with it. I don't generally batten with folders, but if you were going to batten with a folder, yeah, you probably wouldn't break it. It works for all of the basic carpentry tasks that I do every day at work, and all in all, it seems like a pretty decent knife. So I think this was on offer. It cost, I think, €45, but yeah, it's relatively cheap. Yeah, what would that be, about 3.5 inches the blade, maybe about 8 inches overall. Anyway, I'll put the specifications in the end of the video. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you all again soon for another Googly Bushcraft video. Bye for now.